All right, Casper, here's what we've got today. We've got a really high-profile case that we need to have solved by the end of the day. We need to find out who an educated person is. We need to know how they learn. We need to know what they know, and we also need to know how an educated person thinks. We need to use these three philosophers to decide what an educated person is: Rousseau, Arendt, and Socrates. What can you tell me?
Okay, well, I've done some research of all of our suspects, first being Socrates. And Socrates had a method, and his method was problem-centered, and the problem must be analyzed based on the student's experiences. And then critical thinking, so that students are held responsible for their statements. The teacher does not tell the students the proper answer, but instead they have to kind of get the students to come to it on their own. And then a student learns when he discovers his true generalization through these reasoning processes that the teacher forces them to do on his own. So, just some background information. Plato was a student, and he also believes that an educated man is wise when he knows himself, and that acquisition of knowledge makes man virtuous and happy. So I also have some information on Hannah Arendt, our second suspect. And one of her main beliefs is that an educator assumes responsibility and takes charge in the classroom. But that doesn't necessarily mean the student doesn't play a role. Like, she acknowledges the knowledge of students, but does not believe that they are effective because they are not trained to be an educator. So, she also believes that the role of politics doesn't play a role in a classroom, that it should be kept separate. She's quoted saying that we must decisively divorce the realm of education from the others, most of all the realm of public political life, in order to apply to it alone a concept of authority and an attitude toward the past, which are appropriate to it, but have general validity and must not claim a general validity in the world of grown-ups. So basically, students should be able to come to this conclusion on their own, and it shouldn't be influenced by parents, because she believes that it's thrust onto students too early to make informed decisions on matters such as politics, religion, and the arts. And then she's considered conservative because the fact that she believes to look into the past to make decisions about the future. She wants us to consider what is effective in the past before making changes for the sake of making things better. And then some information on our third suspect, Rousseau, is that he stresses the importance of a progressive education that's adapted to individuals that want and need to follow the natural progression of the human heart, so follow their instincts. It starts from a fundamental principle that man has natural goodness, and it should be early education in focused on senses, that this promotes direct contact with the physical world, and that learning shouldn't come from a book. So, in fact, the only book he was allowed as a child was Robinson Crusoe, because it describes a man's reliance on his own ingenuity and resourcefulness. He also recognizes the need for the child to prepare for the future, but the potential energy for that isn't needed immediately. The educator's task is to hold back energy until it can be used effectively. So that is all the information I have dug up on our subject.
All right, put that in the file. Let's interview this teacher. Okay, Casper, how are we going to go about this?
I'm bad cop, you're a good cop.
Good.
So we have it on good authority that you know what it is to be an educated person based on these photos we have of you in your class.
Do you want a drink, honey?
Oh, yes, please.
So, tell us, what's your ideal of an educated student?
I would say a student that wants to learn more and continues to try even though they may be struggling.
enough. What do you think is the ideal way to learn?
I think the best way for students to learn is to take experiences outside of the classroom and relate them to inside of the classroom. And to make sure that they're not just getting their education from books, but also their outside real world experience.
What is the truth? Yes, that's good. I like your answer.
So, what makes an educated person?
I think what makes an educated person is someone who understands something well enough to be able to communicate their understanding. And so they know that they don't know everything, but they can make an informed decision from their knowledge of it.
I like it.
But what do they act like?
Well, I think they all have one thing in common, and that is the commitment to continuing their education. And this is because they know that they can never learn everything and know everything that there is to know.
Okay, now let's think about this. We all know that we're educated people, and we all got all A's the whole time we were in school, you know. But does a student have to get all A's to be educated?
No, they don't. They could be educated in one subject in school, or they could be educated in something outside of the classroom. That it doesn't have to do with the books that we read.
But where can you find an educated person?
You can find an educated person anywhere and everywhere.
Does she understand what she's saying?
I think she does. You seem like a smart person to me. How's that drink?
Oh, great.
But her answers, they have everything in them. All are suspects. Are you trying to lead us to a wrong answer here?
No, I believe that all of my answers have great background knowledge that I have, so I'm right.
Well, we'll see about that. So let me get this straight. According to our teacher, all of these guys are right. How can they all be our suspects?
Because she seems to have taken all three of their educational philosophies and combined them into her own definition of what an educated person is.
Well, let's say Socrates is our suspect. There's many good things he has to say, but there's some things that I don't find right. How about you?
Yeah, I kind of feel like maybe Socrates gives the students a little bit too much room for their own thinking and maybe not enough structure.
Well, that's exactly what Arendt brings up. She says that there should be that teacher role in the classroom, but at the same time, what if that inhibits the students?
That's what's so great about Socrates is that he believes that the whole purpose of the teacher is to guide students in their own thinking.
So maybe Arendt doesn't have it all figured out either. You know, how she has politics separated from the classroom. Maybe that's taking, the world out of the classroom. Like, students aren't relating what they learn enough. And the separation she's just taking it too far.
Exactly. School should be integrated with the rest of the world so that students can apply their knowledge to the outside world, just like Rousseau thinks.
So we have all three suspects guilty.
Right.
But there's something wrong with all of it. How can we make a decision if all of them have good ideas?
What's the flaw in Rousseau's thought?
Well, Rousseau doesn't believe in using books, which I don't think is right. You need books to learn.
You can't learn to read without books.
Exactly. So, and if knowledge has abilities for a reason and we use our senses to learn, if we use books, then it can help us relate that more to life and could have past experiences.
Well, then maybe an educated person is just a combination of all three of their philosophies, just like the teacher told us.
So all of them, we don't just have one answer?
Looks like there never is just one answer to any case.
Okay, so I think we finally found our answer.
And what might that be?
An educated person is someone that learns from more than just books, makes informed decisions for themselves, and knows that they don't know everything.
I like it.
Do you think we've got all our answers covered?
Yeah, but where are these ideas coming from again?
All of our subjects.
Words.